Larson from Yoga Equanimity, and this is Meet the Resistance. We have a special time in history that's happening right now, COVID-19 or Corona, who has really put us in a position where we have to meet the resistance and get uncomfortable to get comfortable. And so I bring to you the Sensitivity Collection, where we will work one asana supported in various ways so that you can work either linking the whole collection together into a practice or use one pose to heighten your sensitivity while lowering your sensitivity. And we'll see how we work that out. All right, so we're going to begin with Uttanasana. Uttanasana is a forward fold, and Ut means intense, and Uttanasana is the pose. So let us begin there. I'm going to take my glasses off so that I can get over to our space. And for our Uttanasana today, I'm going to show you several different variations, and we're going to use a chair. Uttanasana, we want the legs to be underneath the hips rather than further back, or the feet to be in line with the hips rather than further back like Adho Mukha Svanasana. So we can begin with the hands to the chair so that we have that standpoint, and then separate the feet so that they're roughly hip-width apart. So for some of us, if you know you have back pain or lower back issues, you can also bring the heels away from one another so that the toes are slightly in. So for me, for this variation, I would have to move further away from the chair. But for some of you, you will be comfortable from here to bring the arms forward. So I'm going to bring my heels back in, walk a couple inches back, and now I've got that length through the legs, and I'm going to bring my arms on top of the chair, and I'm going to lengthen here. So this variation of Uttanasana is a bit more active in the sense that the legs have to remain completely present, always pressing behind to bring the pelvis away from the rib cage so that we can collect that length within that center line of the trunk, the waist region. And the arms have to be pressing into the chair at all times to ensure we're not sagging through the shoulders and disproportionate with our load bearing onto the joint system. So this is a more active variation of Uttanasana, which is nice because we all know that when we are under duress or anxiety, the body feeds off that. And so it can go and go and go forever. So we have to force it to work, to fatigue it, to get back into that state of equanimity. Another variation of Uttanasana that's a bit more passive so that you can rest the mind and rest the mental and the mind and the emotional self is to put support onto your chair. So you can take that support at whatever height you need. You can take the support up to here. You can take the support down. If you're comfortable with just a blanket and your forehead on the chair, then that is fine too. I'll again show the pose. So again, you'll walk the feet back, and you can take the feet directly under the hips to this variation. Keeping my hands to the sides of the bolster, I exhale and see, can I bring my forehead comfortably to the support? So for me, again, I need to come just slightly back. Forehead is now towards the support. And we can either fold the arms, and if this is the variation that you choose, remember to change the cross of the arms during your practice. Or again, you can straighten the arms out, which is really nice inside of the chair because you can press the wrists to the exterior bars of the chair to really keep the arms active so that, again, we don't bend or load bear through the shoulders, but keep that length through the trunk. So the advantage of this variation, I'll come back up to tell you, the advantage with the variation in bringing the forehead to the support is that you can actually let the skin of the forehead descend towards the nose rather than towards the hairline. Towards the hairline is going to bring anxiety because it will tense the brain, but bringing the skin towards the forehead will release anxiety as it gives the whole cranial cranial bones, the opportunity to release and give space to the brain. So support is meant for many different things, but it's a physical support, so it brings us that sense of, I'm not alone. I have something to lean on. I have something to work into or work against me or bring me a different connaissance, a different feeling of the pose. And this is what we want. We want to heighten that sensitivity at all times so that as we move through these poses, we also understand what's happening, the inclinations of the mind for the practice. Not just the body for the practice, but the mind for the practice and the breath for the practice. So this is Uttanasana, and I would say in any of those variations, go ahead and take 4 or 5 breaths. If you want to set a timer for 3 to 5 minutes, then again, take a look at those timers, set them, and be in whichever pose it is. Remember, you can do this while you're cooking in the kitchen, against the counter, or against the table. Use whatever resources you have to get yourself receptive and sensitive. Thank you, and we'll see you for the next pose.